Farewell to thee, farewell to thee. The wind will carry back our sad refrain. One last embrace before we say, Buster, it may come as a complete surprise to you to find that this is an animated cartoon. And that in animated cartoons they have scenery. And in all the years
So Warner Brothers can pull cartoons off streaming, and even shelve finished movies for tax purposes. But they can't erase the history of Looney Tunes. That history still lives on in the shorts. The original drawings, the painted cells, and the background art that built a cultural empire over 90 years ago. They weren't just cartoons, they were works of art that shaped animation as we know it. About a month ago, I went to a local museum to see the art of Warner Brothers cartoons. Honestly, it should really be called the art of Looney Tunes, because that's almost all it was. And it features original production artwork from the 1930s through the early 1960s. Pencil sketches, painted backgrounds, and painted cells used to bring these cartoons to life. Walking through it, I couldn't help but think about the people who made this art. The animators, painters, writers, whose work defined a generation. And that history makes recent decisions by Warner Brothers even more frustrating. In early 2024, they removed the original Looney Tunes shorts from HBO Max. Around the same time, a finished feature film, The Day the Earth Blew Up, was almost shelved and written off for a tax break. It was eventually rescued by Ketchup Entertainment and released, but with almost no marketing, and it barely made an impact. Then there's Coyote vs. Acme, which is completely finished and still has no release date in sight. These aren't just business decisions, they're a disregard for history. Looney Tunes is foundational to American animation. It shaped storytelling, comedy, and character design in ways that still influence cartoons today. And yet, under the current leadership, particularly CEO David Zaslav, it often feels like Warner Brothers sees it as a liability rather than a treasure. One small silver lining is that the original shorts are now available on Tubi. I made a video called Warner Brothers is Erasing Looney Tunes, and I said the safest way to preserve these cartoons is to buy the DVDs and Blu-rays. That opinion hasn't changed. Physical media preserves the history in a way no streaming platform can. But at least Tubi gives a wider audience the chance to see these shorts and appreciate the craft behind them. So what about the exhibit itself? Is it worth seeing? Absolutely. Walking through it, I was struck by the attention to detail. There are production sketches, character model sheets showing how familiar faces evolved over time, and stunning background paintings that often go unnoticed in the final cartoons. Seeing them up close reminds you that these weren't disposable cartoons. They were handcrafted works of art. The wall labels explain not just the process of making the shorts, but also their historical context, showing how Warner Brothers innovated in animation during its golden age. Exhibits like this do something vital. They preserve history. They show how these cartoons were made, who made them, and why they matter, especially in a time when corporate decisions can make decades of work vanish from streaming platforms overnight. Seeing this art in person is a reminder that history can't be erased so easily. Maybe the studio's attitude will change in the future. Perhaps through the merger with Paramount, Looney Tunes will finally get the respect it deserves.